Recording in progress.
Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, colleagues. My apologies, I'm just struggling to log in on my device. Can I check with the Secretariat if everybody who should be in the meeting is in the meeting?
Good morning, Chair. Not everyone that's supposed to be here is here. Currently, we have Mr. Zilakazi, Mr. Subrathi, and yourself. And there is a person that has logged in with a number 304057. I was just hoping that person would be able to change and identify him or herself, because I can't tell whether it's a member or not, Chair. But currently, we have 3 members.
Okay, Mr. or Ms. 304075, please can we ask that you change your device? I mean the name of your device? Sorry, I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. I'm trying to log in properly. Could I ask that we remove that 304 device from the meeting, and then we check with the other members of the subcommittee who are supposed to be here? If the Honorable Subrathi and the Honorable Vilagazi are okay with that, I'd ask that maybe we just take 3 minutes while we try and do that housekeeping, so that we can have as much participation from the members of the subcommittee as possible. Mr. Ngoma? Did he remove himself too? Okay.
I think that, yeah.
Thanks. Please check and come back to us. Thank you. Welcome, Honorable Mkhaha. Mr. Ngoma, are you winning?
Thank you, Chair. Partly, Chair, Mr. Kwaik Source is on the platform.
Morning, Chair.
And Ms. Makubele is still just busy typing a message, and I have not had a response from police. And safe to say, Chair, Ms. Makubele is apologized. She said she's still trying to find a fit and was not aware that there would be a programming committee today, so she's attending that committee. So right now, Chair, the only person that is not has not responded is the Honorable Tanisha from the EFF.
Okay, thank you. I think we can proceed then. Maybe just in terms of opening, and apologies, members, I'm feeling a bit sick, hence I'm trying to keep my video off to spare you from the gory details of my flu. This meeting is called, it's the first meeting of the subcommittee on the filling of the vacancies of the Media Development and Diversity Agency, the MDDA. As members will remember, we would have received a letter via the speaker from the Minister of the Presidency alerting us to 2 vacancies that have arisen in that board, and therefore requesting the National Assembly in line with the relevant laws to ensure that those positions are filled. I'm going to hand over. I'm hoping this is going to be a very, very short meeting. What we seek to do today, firstly, the formal establishment of the subcommittee. So I'll ask Mr. Ngoma to just indicate who are the members of the subcommittee, and then thereafter, just take us through the process that we are expected to follow, and then finally, to share with the members the program that we are proposing for the subcommittee. And lastly, not the short list, the long list, the master list of all the candidates who have applied. This master list is then given to the parties to go off. I'm not sure how much time we've made available for members to go off, consult with their caucuses, then revert back with their proposed shortlist, and we take the process forward from there. So that is really it in terms of opening remarks and setting context. Mr. Ngoma, can I then hand over to you to take us through?
Thank you, Chairperson. I'm just trying to quickly, I'm just sharing the presentation. Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, members, and good morning to my colleagues and everyone else that has joined the platform. Chairperson, this is a very short presentation that I have prepared in relation to the subcommittee appointment, but safe to say, Chairperson, if I can quickly just confirm the members before I proceed. We have a 7-member subcommittee, which is constituted with 3 members from the ANC, which is Honorable Subrati, Chairperson, and the Honorable Digo as the Chairperson, and also Honorable Mrara. And then we have Honorable Vilakazi from the DA.
Order. We forgive Honorable Subrati when he calls him Mrara or Mkhad. When you can't, you should know Honorable Mkhach. Thank you, Mr. Ngoma. Please proceed.
Thank you, Chairperson. My sincere apology to Honorable Mkhakha, Chair, and then we have Honorable Vilakazi from the DA, and then from the Umkhonto Wesizwe, seemingly there's going to be changes. Initially, it was Ms. Makubele, but she's just indicated now that she'll be deploying Honorable Ngubane as an alternate member of the MK party in the committee. And then, Chairperson, this one is not coming out well. But for the smaller parties, it was initially Mr. Sithole, but because of what happened, Chairperson, then we invited Mr. Salts on behalf of the smaller parties. So those are the 7 members, Chairperson. Can I proceed?
Point of order, Chairperson.
Come in, Honorable Salt.
We are not a small party.
Don't fight with us, Honorable Salt. We came to this parliament, we found the terminology saying smaller parties. Okay.
No. IFP and PA is no longer a smaller party.
Thank you, Honorable Salt. Yeah, so representing the PA, Honorable Source. You may proceed, Mr. Ngoma.
Representing the 6th largest party in the country, Chair.
Bye. Honorable Ngoma, please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I take note of the concern raised by Mr. Salt, Chair. Chairperson, as you had indicated, Chair, before I proceed, just to give a brief background on the composition of the board in the MDDA, which consists of 9 members. And from that 9 members, 6 members of the board are appointed on the recommendation of the National Assembly. And then the other 3 are appointed by the President, 1 representative of the commercial print media, 1 representative of commercial, and the last one being a representative of government, which makes then 9. And Chairperson, as things currently stand, the board has six. The board has actually 6 members out of my sincere apologies. The board has 4 members out of the 6 that is appointed by the National Assembly, and 2 out of 3 that is appointed by the President. And the 2 from the NA recommended candidates would be Ms. Martina de la Togna, who resigned last year, and also Ms. Carol Mutlala, whose term came to an end at the end of May. And those are the 2 vacancies that the committee is set to fill. Just to proceed forward. Oh, just one more check. There's also a vacancy from the President appointees, a representative of print media. And safe to say that Mr. Muyilwa was appointed most recently as a broadcast media representative, and Mr. Mashile has been there for over a year. Chairperson, as you had provided a brief background in your opening remarks, we did receive 2 letters from the Minister in the Presidency informing the Speaker of these 2 vacancies in the board. As I've indicated, one which arose as a result of the resignation of Ms. Martina de la Togna, and the other as a result of the end of term of Ms. Mutlala. And the Minister further requested the committee to initiate the process of filling these vacancies. Hence, we are here today. And Chairperson, these letters, the 2 letters were tabled to the committee, and the committee gave us a go-ahead to proceed and advertise, and we did that on the 19th of March, and the advertisement was published in the 11 official languages across various platforms. Safe to say that it was also published on 11 newspapers, and 7 of those newspapers were community media newspapers, and it closed on the 11th of April, and we received 159 nominations. Safe to say and to indicate that the great interest shown by South Africans in relation to this matter, because we have not received such a high number, especially for 1 or 2 vacancies in a while. So we received 159. And then, Chair, what then comes to the subcommittee, as you had indicated, that we would be tabling a draft program after this presentation for processing, and then I think it will indicate clearly, or will answer the question that we are asking about how much time we have before we can go on a short list in order to allow members to consult with their caucus. But this program that we'll be tabling here is a proposed program and is subject to this approval of the subcommittee. So members will have an opportunity to make suggestions where they are not satisfactory. What we'll also request, Chair, after this meeting, during this meeting, is that the subcommittee agree on a number of candidates to be shortlisted for the 2 vacancies. We wanted to make a proposal of 6 candidates, which would be 3 per candidate, but we thought, again, let's leave it to the committee. And once then, Chairperson, the program has been adopted, then we'll have a shortlist date wherein the subcommittee will then meet and conduct the shortlist. And once that has been done, the names of the candidates will then be published in the ATC as per the requirements of the MDDA Act. And then from there, Chair, the Secretariat will kickstart the administrative processes that relate to qualification verifications, as well as personnel suitability checks with the State Security Agency. Once that is done, Chair, not once that is done, Chair, but at the same time, whilst that we are doing that, Chair will be conducting those checks, and then the committee would have agreed on an interview date. If those verifications are not done yet, we would run them concurrently, we'll conduct the interviews, would run the process, but we'll just make sure that before we can adopt our report, or even before the matter, if we send the matter to the NA, before the NA can conclude with the matter, then we would have received those results. They don't take long. Normally it's a week, or at the most 2 weeks, Chairperson. Chairperson, on that note, then I will thank you, and I'm here with my team and would be available to take any questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ngoma, for that presentation. Members, that is the presentation on process that is being proposed. There are 2 vacancies that we need to fill. A suggestion has been made that we go 1.5, which would then take us to 6 people to be shortlisted. I think the very first thing that we would ask for, Mr. Ngoma, if you have information, is firstly, has there been any engagement with the MDDA to get a sense of the competencies that they would wish to see? I know that it's not a legal requirement. The Act is prescriptive in terms of who must be appointed, and maybe actually if you have that advert, maybe we can put it up. But the members who have resigned and whose term has ended, are we able to get a sense of what skills they possessed and if that is what the MDDA still requires? So as we go through the profiles that you will provide us, at least we've got a sense of what we are looking for. Secondly, from a demographic perspective, what does the current board look like, so that we know that even as we look for certain skills and competencies, the board needs to be reflective of the demographics of South Africa. So if you could find us that information as well. Honorable members, do you have any questions for clarity? Comments? None. It seems.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Vilakazi.
Thank you so much, Chair. Good morning to everyone. Just for my own notes, the Secretariat said that there are 7 members of this committee. I thought he said there are 3 from the ANC. How many can the Secretariat please just enumerate again? How many members and how they are distributed across the parties? Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, any other comments, members, before I ask Mr. Ngoma to respond? Okay, please come in, Mr. Ngoma.
Thank you, Chairperson. The subcommittee, like all our subcommittees, are constituted of 7 members. We have 3 members from the ANC, 2, Mr. Kaka and Mr. Subrati, and the chairperson. And then we have 1 member from the DA, 1 member from the EFF, 1 member from the MK party, and 1 member from the EFF. That is how the subcommittee is constituted. Thank you, Chair.
Mr. Ngoma, is this the same formula that had been applied for ICASA?
This is the same formula, Chairperson, that had been applied for ICASA as well, and since the start of the 7th Parliament. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable Vilakazi, does that cover you?
Yeah, and thank you. Yes, it does. Just a follow-up. Do we use NA rules, or are there for the constitution of this committee, or do those rules depend on the Act, depending on the specific entity?
With your permission, Chair?
Yes, come in.
Thank you very much. We use the rules for sure, Honorable Vilakazi, which speak to proportional representation, and also Honorable Vilakazi, we use our committee, look at how the committee is constituted, and then we work from there to for the constitution of the subcommittee. I hope I've answered you, but it's got nothing to do with the MDDA Act. It's provided for in terms of the National Assembly rules, wherein it also states that a committee can determine how it is going to conduct its business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Vilakazi. Thank you, Mr. Ngoma. Mr. Ngoma, on my issues, do you have any response to the matter I was raising? In terms of the current skills levels of the board, whether any engagement has been held with the MDDA and then also the demographics. Before you come in, let me take Honorable Souls. Honorable Souls.
Chair, thank you so much. Maybe your heart felt what I was going to ask. I just heard your last word was demographics just before you gave me the floor. So I was going to ask about that, Chair. Can I have an understanding of what the current racial breakdown of the members on the board are now, so that it gives sort of like an indication of what the board looks like and what it would look like in terms of demographics, with the addition with the outstanding two. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Ngoma.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, as you had indicated earlier, that after this meeting, we will be distributing some documents to members, and those will include also the skills, detailed skills of the board members that you currently see there on the screen. I just interacted with MDDA this morning, just to remind them to provide me with a recent one that would be including Mr. Phil Moyilwa, because the one that I have still has Ms. Mushala and doesn't have Mr. Phil Moyilwa. So I've asked them to update it and send it to me before 10. So, Chairperson, when we distribute the documents, we will be distributing that document that details exactly which skills does each member hold. And also, Chair, I've just put up that slide there so that members can see the 7 members currently on the board, which is Prof. Matibula is the chair, Mr. Mpagati, Ms. Panther, Mr. Kedama, Mr. Mashile, and Mr. Moyilwa. That is what is currently there. But members can if members can perhaps like pay for the purposes of the subcommittee appointments, it would be the top column, which speaks to the top paragraph, which speaks to the NA board recommended members. So we have that for as the committee that are currently there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ngoma. Maybe just and please put this in writing and double check with the MDDA. Please leave the list up, Mr. Ngoma. Professor Matebula has appeared. Mr. Ngoma, please put the list up. Professor Matebula has appeared before the committee. I know that he is an African male and he is not young. I personally know Mr. Tim Pagati. He's an African male. He's not young. I don't know Ms. J. Panther. So if you could please just confirm for us, Ms. J. Panther. I personally know Mr. Ondile Kedama. He is an African male. He's not young. Mr. Mashile, I don't know, but I will assume that he's an African male. Phil Moyilwa, I think we all know him from TV. He's an African male and he's not young. Now, while we would be appointing 2 as part of the NA recommended 6, I want to suggest members that we need to take the board as a whole. Because if we're going to look at issues of skills that people bring in and issues of demographics, we can't just look at the ones that we appoint. We need to look at that board as a whole. And one observation I'm just making with no further information is that 2 women are being replaced. You have a board that currently has 6 out of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Currently has 6 members and only 1 female, which already presents to us a problem. But we are requesting then, as soon as you get that, Mr. Ngoma, so it's not anecdotal, just by us knowing the people, if you could please just provide that information in writing to us, as well as any views that MDDA has in terms of what skills they think that they are looking for. Okay, Honorable Salts, is that a legacy hand?
Yes, Chair, it's a legacy hand. Sorry, I'll read it now.
Okay. Honorable Subrathi?
Good morning, Chairperson, and good morning, our members, honorable members. Jefferson, you have me largely covered based on our experience in the ICASA. I think you've covered the key areas I would have been interested in. The first is the issue surrounding the demographics. I think you've covered the issue surrounding gender. Now, my sense would be we would just like to know, I would like to get a sense of what is the termination or the end of the termination periods of the members that are on the board. So we have an indication of the continuity that there is in the board. And then that we also take that into account as we appoint members, because if a member is period is going to terminate in a few months, I think we should be cognizant of that, because it would take a further time to appoint. So I just like to know when the schedule is finally presented to us with the demographics. I also like us to add when will those period of terminate. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, Chair. Just one more, and then also we would like to just get a sense of what are the skill set of the existing board on a single table. So the demographics, perhaps the age, the gender, and the age of when their period ends, and their brief. What is their skill set of the present board? Then we know what the gaps are to fill in. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well noted. Okay, Mr. Ngoma, so you have your work cut out for you, just in terms of providing that information that I think members are going to need to develop the shortlist. On the process of the shortlist, honorable members, I want to propose, firstly, I want to strongly encourage members, if possible, to try and lobby one another on some of these names. The reason I'm saying that is that if we are agreeing, and that's a decision you need to guide me on, if we're agreeing that we need to shortlist 6, then each party comes back and brings 6 different names, we're going to struggle to cut down that list. And if we're looking for 2 people, I don't think it's fair on the committee or even the candidates themselves for us to now go and want to interview 18 people, you know. So if we can try and maybe once you have positions in terms of some of the candidates that you'd like to see shortlisted, maybe let's try and talk amongst ourselves. When we have the meeting on the shortlisting, we will call for each party to obviously just present their names with a motivation on the name. And thereafter, based on whether there's commonality, similarities, we will then have to start reducing the list to fit that which would then be a view of the majority of the members. Can we then move on to, sorry, can I just check if there's concurrence on shortlisting 6 at a big push, colleagues, 8, but I think anything beyond that would be rational. Thank you, Honorable Subrathi. All right, I'm not seeing any different view. Can I ask Mr. Ngoma, you take us through the program of the subcommittee?
Thank you so much, Chair. This is then the proposed program of the subcommittee. It just you see there that says Wednesday, 19 March, just to show to members when indicate on the program when was the advertisement published and how it was circulated, and also, Chair, then the closure of the date that I had already spoken to. It was Friday, the 11th of April. And then the committee is meeting today. Chairperson, and members, you know that we have a very congested, tight committee program, which also competes with a tight parliamentary program. So we've tried to put this program together, but we'll be guided by the committee, because after all, this program belongs to you, honorable members. So the proposed date for shortlisting is the next week, the 11th of June, from 9 till 30. I was smiling when Chair proposed that, suggested that members should have consultation so that, so that we can try and make the process smooth, because the time is, we're struggling to get days to meet as things currently stands. And as members would know that very soon, still the Parliament program would have budget votes, mini plenaries. So we propose the 11th of June as the shortlist date, and then from the 11th to the 20th of June, would then be preparing for the interview, that is calling and notifying the candidates, getting all those consent forms that they need to sign. And then we have proposed a 20th, Friday, the 20th of June, for the interviews. That week is open to committees the whole week as per the latest parliamentary program. Hence, we saw a gap on the day to conduct interviews. And after that, Chair, we were then hoping that the following week, which will be the 26th of June, then the subcommittee can deliberate on the outcome of the interviews, and then go and then report to the committee on its next meeting. Thank you very much, Chairperson. That is the program we propose to members. Very short program, but congested. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngoma. Honorable members, any comments on the program? Honorable Vilakazi?
Thank you, Chair. I just wonder, in regard to what you were saying about lists, trying what we can to avoid having lists that are too long. Is it permissible for committee members to maybe share their lists amongst maybe a WhatsApp group, say, of this subcommittee, just so that we can see whether we have any candidates in common, and also maybe if there are candidates we don't necessarily feel strongly about or that we don't really know, but we know, for example, that the PA has selected them, then we might even choose to go with those, to just try and find as much commonality as possible before we come to the meeting. Also, so that we don't start from scratch in the meeting and just kind of have a long meeting because maybe we have huge disagreements about the choices of candidates. I wonder if it makes sense, Chair.
It does. Thank you, Honorable Vilakazi. Honorable Salt?
Chair, I've obviously joined after I don't know how long after the process has started already. They're speaking about a list. Is there the long list, or how does this work? Just help me understand, please.
Thanks, Honorable Sol. So the long list, the 159 names, is the list that we are going to share. Mr. Ngoma will share after this meeting. So what would have happened, this is the first meeting of the subcommittee, so all of this information is being presented to us for the first time. Mr. Ngoma would have received all the CVs, collated them into the long list, has made no changes, no nothing, except to just collate the information as required. That is the list that is going to be shared with us. Now, from that 159, we now need to come down to the shortlist, which will be the candidates that will be interviewed. So you have missed nothing at all, Honorable Souls. If there is a request, no, not if there is a request. When we did ICASA, we asked that when Mr. Ngoma sends us the long list, he creates a zip file with the CVs of the candidates, so that if you want to cross-reference, the spreadsheet with a CV, then you have that information at your disposal. So we'll ask him to do that as well. On the issue of what Honorable Vilakazi was raising, I see absolutely no reason why, we can't share those names, but we are obligated to sit as a subcommittee and shortlist. So if we're able to find one another, it's going to be a very nice short meeting and say, these are the names that we're proposing, we agree. Obviously, if we haven't been able to totally find one another, then in that meeting, we'll have to convince one another of why shortlist this one and not the other one. I hope that clarifies those two issues. Honorable Subrathi?
Yeah, I think in when we did ICASA, we had tasked Secretariat with the process of criteria we gave to bring the list of 370 to a list for shortlisting, and from that we finalized it. And I think maybe we should allow Secretariat to do some level of separation for us, particularly, for example, what are the minimum expectations we have in terms of candidates? What are the minimum qualifications? I'm sure there is a process of checking candidates are not sitting as they have, sitting on the red list of some other entity and they're applying here. So I think of the 100 and somewhat candidates, instead of us having to go through all that, there should be a process where that is further reduced, where the criteria that we decide as a subcom are further reduced, and then we look at that list, almost similar to what we done at ICASA. I just feel that us working to that 180 list, I think it was 160 or so, it can be further reduced to about 100 or whatever number based on guidance we provide at this meeting here. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Subrathi. I think for the purposes of openness, transparency, and accountability, or maybe let me allow Honorable Mkhaga to reflect first. Honorable Mkhaga?
Thanks, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. I'm fluent, but let me hide myself. Thanks, Honorable Chair. We're welcoming the process. Chair, just few clarities. And take into account that is the first time also I'm involved in this matters. Chair, change of panelist. Is it allowed that panelist, as you have submitted, the name has been submitted, change because of various reasons, particularly on the day of interviews? If yes, is the substitution allowed of the panelist and on that day? Then the second one, do you use quorum to determine decision making, or do we? How do we reach an agreement? Is it by consensus, or the process of voting, or just simple clarity, Chair, around that one? I thought, Chair, matters of equity would constitute the criteria. For instance, there are two names here, and surely different parties as well are going to engage each other. You would make it simple for the shortlisting processes. If, for instance, you are saying you would need a female, two females, one male, this and that. I'm just citing an example. That would be easy, so that at least part of the shortlisting process is directed and it's easy to reach consensus amongst ourselves. Those are the few clarities, Chair, that I'm looking for. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Mkhaga. Maybe let me start with the difficult one that you were raising. In an event where decisions have to be taken, well, I suppose in the entire process, like Honorable Vilakazi had asked earlier, we do have to utilize the rules of the National Assembly. which means that we would strive for consensus. If we do not have a consensus, then any deadlock would have to be broken by a majority of the members who are present. We have never tested that. I'm talking, we have never, as if I've been doing this for years. When we did the ICASA process, we never had to test that, because I think that the members of that subcommittee, amongst themselves, there was commonality on a number of issues, and members were willing to compromise, where either the ANC, the EFF, DAPA, whoever would say, okay, I have been convinced following the engagements that we've had. So we've never had to test it, but it's quite clear to me that if we had to reach a deadlock, then it would have to be by consensus. As far as a quorum is concerned, again, I do believe that the rules of the National Assembly would have to apply in terms of, is it the 30% for things that don't require a decision, 50% plus one where we are making decisions. I'll give the Secretariat an opportunity to correct me if I'm wrong. Then on the issue that Honorable Subrathi was raising, about the list, I was saying that maybe for openness and transparency, let's allow the secretaries to share with us the full list, because we don't want a problem where somebody says suddenly, what happened to this one? But the requirement we would make, Mr. Ngoma, is that where it is obvious that someone does not qualify, e.g. they do not have a matric, or they do not have a post-grad, whatever it is that is required in terms of the advert, then you then highlight those just for members to be aware. But let's have the full list, because if we ever get queries, we don't want to then lay the blame at the door of the Secretariat for that. We should be able to say, we considered the list as a whole, and these are the issues that we looked at. It's going to be very, very important that we get, as soon as possible, that skills matrix, the demographic information, because they are the basis upon which we can proceed. And in that, then also the advert to indicate what it is the Act says that we must have, so we can read it against that. I just wanted to say that I'm worried about the 11th of June. I don't know if that is sufficient time for parties to consult. I would actually prefer, even if possible, the week after, because some parties may need to go into their caucuses, and as we know, caucus sits on Thursdays. There would not be an opportunity before that to be able to come back with names. So I wanted to propose that that day is moved out by a week, so we can have just sufficient time to be able to thoroughly consult. Mr. Ngoma, do you want to respond to the issues as raised?
Thank you, Chair. I think you've covered everything. You've responded to all the issues that were raised. Thank you very much for that, Chairperson. And Chair, I take note
Just
of.
hold on, Mr. Ngoma. Who is this 30 what person? I had asked that 304 what. If they don't rename their device, they are removed. Please, colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Ngoma. You may proceed.
Thank you, Chairperson. I take note that maybe members would require some more time to consult with caucus, and I couldn't agree more, Chair. So we'll move the Wednesday of the 11th to the 18th. There might just be some changes in terms of time. We'll have to look at the parliamentary program as well as on whether we have something on the day on the committee program, but that meeting will move to the 18th. And that will then mean the other interviews, the other meetings will move as well. We'll look for a date, Chair, for the interviews. Safe to say, I think that after at least the members have had enough time, have had time to consult with their caucus and the committee has shortlisted, then probably we'll look for a day closest or nearest, but we'll just try and rework it. So, but I'm happy that at least we agree on the date of shortlist, which is now the 18th of June. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you also commit to when we are going to get then these documents that we are requesting?
Chairperson, I can safely say members will get the documents. If an hour after the meeting, I think it will even be too long. The one document that might just maybe get it, but I given the MDDA 9 o'clock because it's just a matter of updating one board member, which is Phil Moyilwa's skills. And then, yes, Chair, but members will have those documents in less than an hour after the adjournment of this meeting. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable Subrathi.
Chair, noting that the proposal has been to move the shortlisting date to the 18th, I think allowing just the Thursday, the 19th, to contact the candidates and makes the necessary arrangements for the 20th, that will have to be revisited as well. So I think the program of the 20th and the 26th will also be impacted, will have to be amended accordingly, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Subrathi. That is noted. I think we've exhausted the issues, honorable members. I'm not sure if there is something else that perhaps is still outstanding. Mr. Ngoma, from your side?
From my side, Chair, there's nothing. I'm quite happy, and thank you to you and to the honorable members.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, then if there is no other matter, we are going to receive those documents. Honorable Vilakazi?
Yes, Chair. Just to confirm also with the documents received, the adjusted program, when can we expect that?
I'm sure
with the changes we just discussed.
Yeah, it's not major changes. So, Mr. Ngoma, when you send the documents, please, will you send the program as well?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I will do that, Chair. As we are in this meeting now, Chair, I'm sending the documents. The only two that will come maybe together later will be then the skills set and the revised program, because we still need to just look at the parliamentary program and our program. And then, Chairperson, in relation to the full nominations, you mentioned that earlier that I normally send as if I think I will call each member and individually, because the file is big, and if I put it on our document management system, members will struggle to access it, on the basis that firstly members need to be making use of the parliamentary account. I know some members make use of their private accounts, but they need to be making use of their parliamentary account. So we normally just send the documents easy to members through my WeTransfer account. But I will be in consultation with members. I'll talk to members separately, because I need to take them through how to download the document, those who are not privy to the app. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, members, let's not drag it beyond this then. I think let's take a hard stop here. We'll get all those documents out, and then our next meeting will then be on the 18th for the purposes of shortlisting. Once we've completed the shortlisting, we will report back to the portfolio committee. Obviously, this is not our process. It's a process of the portfolio committee. So at critical intervals, we must brief the portfolio committee. Once we've done that, the names are published for comment. We then begin the interview process. Once we are done there, we deliberate, we go back to the portfolio committee once again, and hopefully the adoption of our report. Thank you very much, honorable members, for availing yourselves at this time early in the morning, just so that we could get this out of the way. Look forward to working together on this. I thank you, and the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Chair. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.